Feels weird. It's been, what, 2 weeks?
Forever.
2 weeks, no pod. Welcome to this thing we're trying to do.
The podcast, the phone booth.
The phone booth. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. Why are you wearing beanies? It's May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Well, because it's 35 degrees outside and snowing. It's been snowing for the past, 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Actually insane.
So we don't really know how to dress. So I'm in this nice little vest,
I'm in a
t-shirt,
yeah,
beanie.
I don't even know what's going on. But
Mm-mm.
we were watching a movie and then we were like, oh, I think it's raining outside. And we open the blinds and it's literally blizzarding. It's pretty wild. I mean, I guess it's probably normal for this area.
I think
this time of
that
year.
it snowing now is reaching abnormal for this area.
I feel like May is late.
Yep. It does not feel like May. It does not feel like that we're done with school in less than a month now.
I know, literally.
It literally feels like we're about to come back from break or waiting on Christmas break or something.
Yeah. It's actually winter break. Can you please be politically correct?
Christmas Hanukkah break.
Just kidding.
Probably.
So, it's been a wild couple of weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah, throwing us for a loop.
You want to tell us what happened last week?
Bet you're wondering why we brought you here today.
Bet you're wondering why Lauren looks like she's carrying weights on her hands.
It's because we're engaged. Hey-o.
Okay. We don't have to tell the whole story, but I would love to hear.
Surprised.
So surprise Lauren, surprise engagement, Wednesday night.
Middle of the week.
Risking it all.
Crazy time.
But the moment you realized what I was doing, what went through your mind? What? Or I know you said you were kind of still trying to comprehend what was happening, come to terms with what was happening. But truly, did you have a thought go through your head when I dropped down to one knee and was started rambling on?
Honestly, it was blank for a hot second because it was wipe clean. What the heck?
Mm-hmm.
But then also the very first thought did come out of my mouth because I said, what the heck are you doing?
Yeah.
Because I was that taken aback and very unprepared for that moment.
Yeah, and hopefully that wasn't
not in a bad way, but in a very positive, I did not expect that 100%.
So when you did
happy about it, love it, love you, but definitely did not expect
when
it.
you did have your very first thought, what was your thought?
When my first actual thought passed, what the heck are you doing?
It's almost you have the spinning wheel and then it finally loads and renders. What was your thought?
Past what the heck?
Yeah, past what the heck and past the blank white screen that you had.
First thought?
Do you remember? It wasn't memorable enough.
No, I think I was just wanting to really check myself into the moment, I think, right away.
Yeah.
Of being okay, stop going through your brain and being going through all of the things. And also being really ready to be yes,
Yeah.
Doing the whole, I need to make sure I'm checked into you and what you're saying, because I think this is a really special moment. I know it is. And yeah, I was kind of wanting to make sure that I wasn't trying too hard to work through what I wanted to say and reply.
Yeah.
And make sure I was in the zone to listen to you.
Nice. It's good.
Yeah.
I honestly feel I blacked out as I was saying whatever I said. I mean, I know what I said because I secretly recorded it without her knowing. Not in a creepy way. But yeah, I set up a podcast. I set up a tripod and pretended we were taking a picture, but I actually was secretly recording it.
Mm-hmm.
So about for 10 seconds, we looked super weird and awkward, just standing there keys, we're just taking a nice picture.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I dropped down and I started rambling and then I woke up.
Have you practiced what you were going to say?
I wrote down a few things in my just notes and thoughts about what I might want to say, but whatever I said was I didn't practice that at all. It was just a clean slate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just winging it.
Yeah. Not winging it, but letting it come to me in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, I guess that's definitely the definition of winging it, but in the most like positive way possible.
Of like, you did think about it before. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that happened.
Wild.
Great experience. And then we went down to Moab as part of like a celebration, like kind of not really, but like also kind of.
Yeah.
And we went four-wheeling, or not four-wheeling, like ATVing up and down in Moab. And that was like such a cool experience too.
It was an absolute wild time. I did feel like we were on like a rover on Mars.
Yeah, it was like, give us like the most incredible machine on the like most unique landscape.
Yeah.
And just go drive around. That was really cool.
That was really cool. I didn't expect us to be climbing with those things in the way that we were.
We were going like straight down and like straight up at sometimes. Yep. At least that's what it felt like.
Oh yeah. I mean, cool. If I would have like held my weight, wasn't holding my weight back, I would have been like, dangling.
You were like in a seatbelt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It's been a lot, and like we said, a lot of big things past 2 weeks. So the way I did it with Lauren, and probably, I don't know how popular this method is, but I got her like a smaller kind of ring to give to her when I proposed. But then I wanted her to pick out the ring herself or kind of design it the way she wants.
Yeah.
And so we went to the jewelry store yesterday, and Lauren found a really cool diamond that we purchased.
It's weird.
To make the ring moving forward, which is going to be fun. So, be honest. Do you feel weird when people are like, "Let me see your ring," and then like you're like, "I don't have a ring to show you." I mean, you do. You have like the one that I gave you.
Yeah.
Which I know you like, but obviously not the one that I'm like, this is the one that I want to get you for our engagement. That you have like say in. Does it feel weird to be like, "Oh yeah, like we're still making it"?
Actually, it's kind of funny because like I'm like, yeah, it's this ring, and then their faces, because I'm sure they're trying to be like, they expect what? Like something like
your fiance gave you that as an engagement ring.
They never say that out loud, but I love watching that thought of being like, that's not what I expected. Cross their face. It's actually kind of fun. But then I'm like, oh yeah, no, Jesse was really intentional and wanted me to be able to pick it out, because I honestly had never really like looked at rings or like
we didn't really look at
very hard about what I wanted. And we never had that conversation. So
about the rings,
but I'm kind of glad we never had that conversation, because then I would have been suspicious. And like when we went to Amsterdam or like all these things, I'm like,
I guess
a little suspicious.
I mean, we talked about it a couple times. We've talked about it a couple times, and it's been kind of like just like a lull, kind of just like going through life.
Talked about getting engaged a couple times.
But then like just a lot of commitment lately, and it's like, all right, let's do one more. Felt right. Felt good. Been dating for 3.5 years now. And then it's giving us the runway to plan it all out.
Oh yeah, that'll be really nice.
So we are aiming for summer of what?
2027.
27. So definitely a long ways away. But we got a lot to save up for. So.
3 years, but definitely a party to save up for. And I'm comfortable about that. Everybody's also very surprised that we're also being engaged for a long time. But
that's kind of crazy. It's almost
we like what we like, man.
It'll almost be like we are engaged almost as long as we'd be dating when we got engaged. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, if you have any secret tips on how to save a lot of money for a wedding, let us know.
Yeah, but still have a good time.
Because that's what we got to do.
Oh, how to save money for a wedding, not save money while doing a wedding. Yeah.
We would love any tips, suggestions that you have. So, did you ever think we were going to get married? Be honest.
Yeah, I did.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
That's good.
I did.
I'm glad.
I think I did not expect it to be this soon.
Yeah.
To be engaged, rather.
Yeah. She regrets it. She's regretting it. Look at on live podcasting. She's regretting it.
let's cut now. Just kidding. But yeah, I felt like that was going to be in our future. I just didn't know when.
Yeah.
And I was still happy to keep doing life with you.
Yeah. What's the longest engagement that you know of, like someone like going through, like personally?
A year.
That's it?
Yeah.
The longest engagement?
Yeah, that I know of.
Wow.
A year, maybe 2.
What's the longest time you've know of someone dating and then getting engaged?
Oh, like 7, 9 years. Yeah.
It's a long time.
Yeah. 7 years, probably.
Damn. That's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you're dating someone for 7 years and you don't start like in high school, that's almost like a shit ton of your life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a shit ton of your life regardless, but
yeah,
you're like getting into like 30s and 40s, which is fine.
I think I'm planning like this. If I'm thinking of people that were like together in college.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 4 years plus 3 outside.
Yeah.
I don't think it's bad.
No, it's not bad. I don't think anything's bad. I mean,
whatever you want to do. Yeah.
I think it's whatever you want. That's just like, it's like a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 years was a long time.
Yeah.
But did it go by like a blink of the eye? Blink of the eye. Blink of an eye?
Blink. Did it go by in the blink of an eye? Yes, it did. Eye.
Yes. Whew. So, honestly, I thought buying a diamond and looking at rings was going to be a horrible experience because, like, salespeople wanting you to buy things.
Mm-hmm.
I've always had the impression of like this is going to be a miserable experience because they're going to pressure you to buy things and do things you don't want to do. But that wasn't at all.
No,
it was a lovely experience.
Time.
Lovely experience.
I got a little overwhelmed at one point, but
yeah,
I think I definitely was like mentally like lock in, Lauren, because this is no small purchase.
Then it slowly moved from like, all right, we're looking at engagement rings to like then also looking at wedding bands, then also looking at them together, then looking at the diamond, and like, what do you want the diamond? Like, how do you want the diamond to be placed on the ring? Like, what aspects of the ring do you want? It's just like there was so many layers to it that I was like, holy shit.
I was sorry, baby.
No, you're good.
I was expecting you to be like, here's all your options, pick one.
Yeah, exactly.
And I did not expect it to be like, oh, well, we can mix and match and play and do all of these different things. And I didn't expect it to be like there's an actual like designing aspect, which I really do enjoy. And I do know like the one decision that we made on what we purchased, I'm like 100% on that.
Yeah.
Like super all in on that, and I'm really pumped.
No, it'll be super cool to see the like design that they come up with, the CAD. I think that's what they call it.
CAD, yes.
And yeah, see what it like.
We get that this week.
See what it looks like, and yeah, make some adjustments if we want to and whatnot. But that'd be cool.
Is that Chance downstairs doing his?
Probably. He's probably sad that
we've been really busy the past couple of days, so we've been kind of MIA.
We literally just watched 2 movies with him downstairs.
It's not enough. Never enough.
It's literally 6 hours. We watched.
I literally took him on a romp in the snow.
The first and second Hobbit with him, and then he went and played in the snow for like 25, 30 minutes.
Yep.
And then now he's crying because we're not there.
Never enough.
What a baby.
Just wants to be where the
people
are.
We need to ship him off to like.
He's Ariel.
We need to ship him off to like summer camp this year in like New Zealand or something.
You say that all the time.
Maybe like Arizona.
Good try.
Whatever. I'll find one of these days.
If he comes back and he could be created, that would be like an okay thing for me.
He's never gonna be created. He's such a little fun dog to have. Yay. Oh, then also, okay, so something else happened. Our car's been acting up and it just dies. So we'd be driving down the road and then it just dies. It turns off and you have no control over anything really. And
yeah, it doesn't do anything.
And then it won't turn over. So you're just like stuck in the middle of the road. And everybody's honking at you and pissed off. And so, yeah.
Anxiety's skyrocketing.
Yeah.
Because you know.
And then after that, you actually finally get it started. You're like, well, is it going to happen again? It could happen at any second. And so then just a really not a great feeling. And so.
No. And then didn't you researched and found out that also the brakes can go out in that moment?
Some people.
For some people. So.
Yeah. Some people online were saying like, yeah, I've had that happen in my Jeep and then the brakes just don't work. And so I'm like, wow, that seems really dangerous.
Yeah.
So we were like, all right, like we value our lives and our safety enough where we should probably go look at getting a new car.
Yep.
Different vehicle. And so the opposite experience of the ring experience was going to the dealership and looking at cars, because I guess Leo.
Oh, you did.
Leo. It's okay. They won't know who Leo is because Leo could be any people of any dealership. We won't say the dealership.
Okay, that's fine. I feel silly.
We went to the dealership and like they didn't have the car we originally wanted.
No.
And so we were
no, sorry, pause. They did have the car we originally wanted. It was there and they let people see it before we got there.
Oh, so yes, it was available, but it was literally being bought at that time that we showed up.
But we didn't know they were going to buy it. We thought it was just like some kind of ploy. They're like, they're sending us in. They're trying to make us really want this car.
Yeah, we get to the office and of course sit down in the chairs and they're like, oh yeah, someone else is looking at this car. And I like look over and I'm like, are they just saying that because they think we need to buy it now?
And then one other person, Leo, comes over and doubles it down on that fact. And so you were like, this is such play.
I'm like, yeah, they're playing us so hard.
And then we're sitting there, and this poor woman is like, can I show you anything else? Can I show you a different car while you're here? Because they bought it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a joke.
So we got
kind of glad. It was a blessing in disguise.
Blessing in disguise. Yeah. And so we were throwing off our game and we saw some other cars that were like fine. Like,
yeah.
And we ended up not buying anything. And then we were trying to leave. And then Leo comes down and is like sits down in front of us. Like we're both sitting here like this at the desk. And he goes and like takes over this woman's desk and like sits down and crosses his arms and he's like, so why don't you want to buy the car?
Wait, is he still holding our car keys hostage?
Oh yeah, and he has the car, like our car keys like in his pocket or like in his hand or somewhere. Like it's very much like we could not leave until like he gave us the car keys.
Yeah.
And so he's like asking us all these questions, all these like grilling us, like, why aren't you buying the car? Like, what are you waiting for?
Yes, that was definitely. Well, why are you hesitant?
Why are you hesitant? And he's like, I'm just trying to really understand so I can help you. I'm like, you can help us by giving us our keys so we can leave. And then he was like, well, why don't you look at some front wheel drive cars? And we're like, oh, like we were just looking at all wheel drive cars because, for whatever reason. And he's like, well, you need to look at the tracks. And I was like, okay. And so I was like, let's look at the tracks so we can get out of here.
Yeah, it's our escape and we can get our keys back.
So then he gave us the keys and then we went and looked at the tracks and I'm like, we just get the fuck out of here. This is crazy town.
Okay, and we went and looked at the tracks and I was like, this car is really dope. It looks really cool.
So they can dealership it is. We just want to tell them what dealership it is.
No, they can't. Okay. Anyway.
So we ended up looking at the car that we eventually bought the following day at a different dealership because we didn't want to go experience the Leo effect of grilling us. And we got a better deal. So it all worked out.
Yep. I definitely was thankful that you were there in that moment. I think that is where I'm thankful to be with someone who is not the exact same person that I am. I like that we can play off strengths and weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first time I bought a car, Sydney just made spreadsheets for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My sister, and because she's better at research and everything. That's what you're really great at. I'm not really great at that.
Yeah.
And so she did this whole spreadsheet for me and was so like intense and like authoritative that the guy at the dealership that I bought my original car from thought she was my lawyer.
It's amazing.
He was like, do you want to give this to your lawyer? And I was like, my sister? What? Yeah.
They weren't joking. They really thought
No, they thought she was my lawyer.
That's wild.
Yep. And then they do like the time where they send you to the little room and they want you to upsell you and all of the warranty stuff. And I had to go by myself. And Sydney tried to go with me. And my dad was like, no, let her do this by herself.
Let your client do it by itself.
Yes, exactly. Oh, man. But I'm also very glad that you were there for the upsell part because I definitely would have broken at some point.
Dude, if we went with all the stuff that he wanted to sell us, like all the like warranty and packaging stuff, it would have almost doubled the price of the vehicle.
Oh, yes, I know.
Insane.
But I would have broken when he was like, you can just do the layers. You don't have to pick everything. You can just pick one of these things. And if you're going to pick one thing, I pick this thing. I would have been like, oh, okay.
Oh my God. No. So like, just like one sale experience. And like, for the most part, when we did buy the vehicle, like it was a pretty good experience. minus some of the stuff like yeah, it's just get me out of here. I want to leave.
Yeah.
I need to get to Costco.
It just takes a long time.
I need to buy the meat for the fajitas that we are making the next day. Like we need to go. We need to hurry this up. So then you have like at least the first experience, the first dealership we went to, and then like compare it to like the experience of going to look at rings, right? Just like night and day. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Like I felt so good going to like the ring shop, and that woman was like so awesome.
Shout out Michelle at Jonathan's.
Just like incredible. And then like the first people at the dealership was just like, it made you feel like, I don't know, like icky, kind of gross. So yeah, it's not the best experience. So that was another big thing that happened. So just like a wild 2 weeks. I slept so hard the past 3 nights, I feel like. 2 nights. Insane.
Yep.
I was so out. I can't remember last time we slept till 8 o'clock.
You know?
Poof.
Yep. And like genuine sleep, not just like, I'm just going to keep laying
I did not budge.
No.
I did not. Actually, that's a lie. I woke up to go to the restroom at 2.
Oh, I didn't even hear you.
But after that, but that's the night before. I didn't hear you get up.
Yep.
I was just so out.
Jesse also got a new wardrobe yesterday, so we're really excited about that.
Got some new wardrobes. Shout out Anna. If you are listening, I hope you are listening because I might have got a sweet fit for your wedding coming up.
Heyo.
Don't worry. It will entail a shirt for sure. So you don't have to worry about that. But it's going to be fun.
I'm excited. Shout out Cody.
Yeah, Cody hooking it up with some awesome pieces.
UWM,
right?
UWM.
That's what it is, right?
Yeah, UWM.
UWM men's clothing shop in Salt Lake City.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. I left them a review today too.
Oh, you did? Sweet.
Yeah. So
on Google?
On Google.
Sweet.
So okay, so that was like a breakdown of like half the stuff I was going.
But honestly, just really our past 48 hours.
Yeah. It's felt like 5 days. So like a week of work.
Yep.
To be honest. So glad it's over. And
so
then
should
now
we take tomorrow off?
I honestly would do it if I could.
See.
I mean, I could do it, but I don't want to do it without you. So I'll go to work for you.
Oh, that's super kind.
Yeah.
Wow.
I won't rub it in again because I'm taking the following Friday off.
What?
Yeah.
No, you're like, okay. I'm taking the Friday after that off.
Yeah. So yeah, I just hit myself in the face with the mic.
That's very funny. Okay.
All right. So you got a pregunta para mí.
Mi pregunta es, ¿tú prefieres burritos o tacos?
Wow.
How's my Spanish?
Oh, la pregunta es muy difícil y yo no sabes la respuesta correcta. Respuesta
yeah.
correcta?
Correcto.
All right. But if I said that to you in class, you would know what I was saying, huh?
Yeah, I knew everything that you were saying.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Tacos or burritos? That's such a hard one. Honestly, I love both. I love a good burrito. Like just a nicely rolled, tight, fatty.
Small child.
Everything just like evenly dispersed.
Yeah.
Throughout it. So you're not having like a freaking clump of cheese at the top and then you get no cheese and all the chicken's at the bottom. So that being said, it's hard to find a good burrito like that, I think.
That's true.
So I think I'm going to say tacos because it's easier to be more consistent with tacos, I think. And like you could just like easily skirt stuff around if you need to, or add toppings and stuff. Like once the burrito's like rolled up perfectly tight, then it's kind of hard to like manipulate it, you know?
Yeah. Would you like a smothered burrito? Prefer it to be like that or not?
I honestly am not. I like a handheld burrito.
Same.
I mean, smothered burritos are hella good. Like, did we have any when we went to New Mexico?
No. I've still also never had a burrito in New Mexico.
Well, they're incredible for the most part. And we'll have to go back. But I like a handheld burrito.
Yeah.
More. It feels more like a burrito. When you get it like smothered, it doesn't feel like a burrito. It feels like a enchilada almost.
Yeah, that's fair.
What about you?
I would choose tacos.
Yeah. I'm guessing you don't feel the same way about burritos as I do.
No, I don't. I don't really like burritos very much. They're too much. Too much going on.
I used to be obsessed with Chipotle's burritos. Back in the day when they were actually good. Nowadays they fucking suck.
Your hot take last time was that Chipotle actually sucks.
It does suck. But yeah.
But yeah, I don't like burritos because I'm a very much like the type of person that I like food and a side.
Mm-hmm.
And burritos, you're just powering through
like a
a
whole meal.
lot
Yeah.
in one thing.
That's
And
fair.
I like a little bit of taco, a little bit of chip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Mm.
It's a great question.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
There was like one point when we talked about on an episode how like food can be like a descriptor of your personality.
Mm-hmm.
Does that say anything about your personality?
The fact that I don't like
You like the tacos and you could have the side, the chips, and I can't have a sandwich without chips or whatever it is.
No, yeah, I can't have a sandwich without chips. That is actually impossible. Hot take. I think a lot of people probably feel that way too.
Sure. What can you have a burger without fries?
No.
That's fair.
Not preferably.
You can.
I can have a burger like with a salad or a burger with like a sweet potato or something, but
okay.
I think what that says about me is that I don't like making decisions. Probably.
You like to have options.
Yes.
Not necessarily like decide on one thing. Where it's I can have multiple things.
Yeah, have to have one thing all the time, which is really odd because the woman at the ring store was like, "You're very decisive." But I think I was just like kind of locked in and knew that I wanted to be decisive in that moment.
I mean, I think that you just know, like you knew that what you wanted to hear, and then you also just know that you want chips and sandwich.
It's true.
I mean, so I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it says anything about my personality about the burrito. I think probably like having control of.
So like, there you go.
Like with the tacos, like have control of like what I can put on top of it. Like if it needs to be spread around, it needs to be adjusted. Whereas like the burrito, it's like it's sealed up tight. Like that bitch is not getting unrolled. Like you can't do anything about it.
It's true.
And if you do, it's gonna screw it up. So
it's true.
But yeah. Is it like our moment? Like our sandwich
feels moment. Okay, wait. I have a side question.
All right, what's your side question?
¿Tú prefieres queso o guacamole?
That's a hard one. My inner fat boy says queso, but my heart or my head says guacamole. I'd say guac because it's more I feel like it's lighter. Like I could eat more of it. Like once I get a certain point of queso, I'm like, oh god, it's like oozing out my pores. I feel like I love that moment. I feel like I just ate like a stick of cheese.
Yes.
Like it's like heavy. And I feel like guac is not like that. So that's what I would say. I
prefer queso, hands down.
And like
that white runny queso.
I could eat like guacamole like every day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I could eat queso every day.
Interesting.
I'm guessing you disagree with that.
I could eat queso every day.
Dude, you feel so sick by like day 5.
I love cheese.
I mean, cheese is different than queso because you have like it's like melted cheese. Like, is butter in it? I'm sure butter's in it, maybe. But then you have like cream in it. And it's just like a dairy nightmare that you just like your face is gonna hate you by day 5. Anyways, that's my take.
I'm not afraid.
It's my take. All right.
Oh.
What did you say?
I already asked you that question.
Okay. I was going to say my question for you is currently your work-life balance is like, how would you describe your work-life balance right now?
Imbalance in the fact that work is really low on my list right now. And it's just the fact that we're counting down the days of like, what's today, the 5th? We have 26 days of school left. 26 days like total to the last day of school. That's total days, not just school days.
Sure.
And so like, yeah, just kind of, I'm just grinding it out. I feel like.
Well, like for you, so you're saying it's not balanced at all because you're not.
I should care more.
Huh?
I should care more about.
So maybe you're not putting as much energy into your work as you usually do.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you're leaning towards home life balance.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting, but I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's like You've been doing this for almost the whole academic year now. And so
Yeah.
after like a move across the country.
It's been an exhausting year.
That first semester was nutso. That was a wild first semester.
Not because I don't count myself as the type of person that can ever phone it in completely. Sure. You know, like I can't do that.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely like, let's get in, let's get this mess done, let's get out. Like, it snowed today. I'm like, we get one snow day in the school district. Take that, bitch, and just like, let's just use it. It's a Monday. Nobody wants to go. Like, what is the deal? They don't do finals at our school. So, like, what are we really? I don't know. I'm losing my purpose here, people.
You're just babysitting at this point now.
I feel like I am low key, and like these kids are trying to like scoop credits. I don't know, but how are they going to fix the whole entire school?
So it's understandable that you're not as energetic with your work that you usually are. Yes. I feel that.
But it's all right. We're gonna make it.
I think that just makes sense, right?
And I'll be very excited.
Ideally, right? It's like at the beginning of the year, maybe your work is taking more of your energy because it's like exciting, it's new, it's refresh. You're refreshed, and that kind of starts to swing the opposite as you get towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
So, I feel that.
Yeah. What about you?
Excuse me, you're making me tired. I slept till 8 o'clock and I'm yawning, and it's what, 7 o'clock?
We've just laid on the couch all day.
That's not true. I got up to eat lunch. So, yeah, I'd probably say the same. It's lucky that it's not as busy. It's less busy now. And there's like a few busy like weeks, but nothing too wild, which feels good. And so I'm probably like taking advantage of that where, you know, I'm saving some emails till Monday when I could probably be answering them like Sunday or whatnot. Stuff like that. Yeah. But I feel like I'm still, if anything, like I've leaned too much. Like when I'm like, I have a good balance, but the home part or work life, what am I saying? Like work life balance. Why I keep saying home, like work life. So like my life, I'm like, do I need to work out today? Like I'm gonna sleep in. Like, oh, I don't need to clean. We can clean tomorrow, or things like that. So I think it's balanced, but maybe not balanced in like all the ways that I usually do. So it's like a different balance that I'm not used to typically doing, I guess.
That's fair.
Which again, I think is just that symptom of the end of the year. And we've done this for however many months now. And the summer is on the horizon.
Yep.
Summer's on the horizon, and I could taste it, I could feel it.
Yep. And
the students can feel it. And so it's just that like last push that you have to get through.
That's true.
So yeah, that was my question.
Here's the last push.
The last push. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
This is the podcast that we try to do every week if we can, but yeah, the podcast.
Yeah. Bring the phone booth.
Phone booth. All right. Peace out. Okay.